Happy to be with you here today and presenting. So let's see. So I hope you see my screen. And Ynvisible, in comparison to Evonik and to Rise, is really a startup and a small company. But although being a startup, we are a truly multinational company with our headquarters in Canada, and where we also have our investor relations based in Vancouver. And down in Portugal, where we have Alicia, where we have Ines, we have our prototyping services and consulting services, and a perfect place to do prototypes and these things. And here where I'm located, and you can see behind me here, we have our production line where we can scale up any printed electronic components or systems into high volume. And this is where we are going, where we are using this technology now to help other companies, as well as scaling up our display technology. And in Germany, in Freiburg, we have our R&D capabilities, looking into our materials and ink to be printable and to have a high performance. And just as the title of this webinar series, Making Things Alive, that is also our vision at Ynvisible. Our vision is to bring printed surfaces that is surrounding us in our everyday to life, and to do that in a natural and simple way. And using the electrochromic technology, we can actually enable the visual interface of the Internet of Things. And here you see an early example of a demonstrator and prototype that is made by Ynvisible. And I'm showing it since it's very nice and it's still very, very popular whenever we show it. And it's also a perfect example of an electrochromic display with it integrated to a system with other electronics components. So we are a printed electronics company, but our core is really the electrochromic display. And it has several advantages, and I'm showing you here on the screen that it's really thin, and it's lightweight, and it's truly, truly flexible as well. And it has a variety of shapes where you can see. And this makes the display very suitable for multiple different applications. And also, it's very robust. It won't break. So it's really fun to work with such a well-performing display technology. And the display technology we have can be used hundreds of thousands of times and be reversible. And this is perfect for health and well-being, looking into perhaps medtech application, as well as retail and other more simple consumer electronic products. But it's also available as irreversible, that it's showing off only one time. And this is, of course, excellent for different security purposes and fast-moving consumer goods and quality assurance. And perfectly suitable also then for being disposable and put into high volumes and lower costs. And this is an example where you could see the irreversible display in an application as an impact label. And one of the key features of our display technology is that it's printable. And it can be printed in quite regular print house environment. And this allows you to also move this technology out to different places around the globe, which is perhaps highlighted very much today when we're living in a pandemic situation. And you look into, as a company, that you should have multiple sources for production. And the picture here is showing our print facility down in Portugal, where Ines is right now. And it's, as I said, perfectly suited for doing prototypes and demonstrators. So let's talk a bit about examples of printed electronic systems and electrochromic displays, and also focusing a bit and connecting to Evonic's talk right before me here on the energy source. And our display really has a low power consumption. And this is a key driver for us, that we can allow just a few microwatts to drive this display and consume very, very little energy. And that is a key in almost all applications. And then using this new tattoos battery is for us a brilliant solution, where we make use of the form factor. And here's the first video of it, where we show this in a rechargeable way. Here you can see that the display is not turned on. What do? Yes, you recharge the battery in just a few seconds. And after recharging, the battery really retains the energy. And the recharging can be done in multiple different places, and in production, during the logistics chain, in the retail, and even by the end user. And recharging could be done in several ways, of course, wirelessly, as you see, but also using solar cells, for example. So talking about systems, I want to show one example of a display structure and a printed electronics hybrid system. So how do you create these types of product? Well, you start with some type of substrate, and then we print the silver conductors. And after that, you might print the carbon ink, and you print the electrolyte, and you print the electrochromic layer. And in this case, we also print a mask to create the pattern. And here you have the displays, and then you also add some conventional electronics as a chip and the sensor. And in this case, you also mount a battery and a graphical layer. And there you are, and you have created a product. And this is actually a product that looks like this. And it's actually available and for real. It really functions. But it's also possible now, when you have these type of new materials emerging that Evonik has created, that you can actually do part of this and get rid of some of the assembly processes and having even lower costs and more efficient production, where you use the same material set for parts of the display and the energy source. Let's see. You print electrolyte and the second electrolyte layer. I wanted us to show that we printed it the same electrolyte layer, but my technician said that, Tommy, let's wait until it's perfectly fine-tuned for that. And then you print on the other layers and the assembly and the graphical layer, and you have this fully functional system, almost all printed. And we start to see more and more of these completely printed products and systems. And for both fully printed and hybrid systems, we have the delivery capability of producing roll-to-roll high-volume production, as well as quality assurance in our roll-to-roll testing equipment, and converting as well. So we deliver today commercial products from Ynvisible in this production line and help other companies scaling up. Here I show two examples of printed products that is made here in our production line. One is a humidity sensor from Ynvisense, and the other is an organic photovoltaic from Epishine. So our business model, as shown also by Ines, is really about having an emerging technology available for all companies, no matter what maturity stage you are at. We can help you all the way from design or from ideation through design, prototyping, and to scale up and production. And from there, even to tech transfer to other sites if you want that. So being a small company, we have a great offering allowing us to work with any company at any maturity stage. So in addition to all our services, you can also get started on your own using our in kits and display kits and start to play and learn how to use this display technology. And I think that you should do it soon, because we at Ynvisible have this spring really felt that the printed electrochromic display is breaking through right now. So don't hesitate and don't wait. Get in touch with us and start using this fantastic technology. Thank you.